What's up, YouTubian?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Greetings.
However, whenever you're watching this, we appreciate you because we really know time is expensive.
Yes, thank you for tuning in.
And thank you for subscribing. But if you're here for the first time, this show is about everything and anything creative. Anything that sparks your creativity in whatever medium you dabble in.
Yes, expressing the creative soul.
And welcome to another episode of Creativity
Unsheathed.
I'm Oliver Seawood.
And I'm Nino.
And yes, we are brothers.
Yes, we are.
And this is the show where we feel
that a great leader makes the whole team look great.
Yep, look what that did for Kobe.
Rest in peace.
Kobe Bryant, he changed his game. He had to prove that he could make the mediocre players around him better. For those who are Kobe fans, know about that. For those who don't, there was a chapter in his career where he didn't pass the ball, selfish, he had something to prove.
Yeah.
But that only can take you so far. He had to learn the hard way. If you want to win more championships, he had to get the people around him involved.
Yeah, for sure. It can't always be a one-man show.
Yep, you got to pass the ball.
Yeah.
And, it doesn't have to go for basketball. This can go for any sport as well, such as, soccer, hockey.
Yeah, man, lacrosse.
Yeah, that's definitely another one. You got to pass it to your teammates in order to score the goal, score the winning basket, whatever it may be.
Yeah, for sure.
And why we're talking about this and what we're looking in today is
Above the Rim.
Probably one of the best written redemption stories and coming-of-age stories involving basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, those who are basketball fans, those who've actually played the game, we've all been inspired by this movie. And this story is directed by Jeff Pollock. If you guys don't recognize him, but he directed well over 100 episodes of Fresh Prince.
Oh.
So this movie gives him his directorial debut. Co-wrote it with Barry Michael Cooper and Benny Medina. Above the Rim is considered Barry Michael Cooper's Harlem trilogy. Those who are fans of film want to consider it, but those films were really impactful. Those being New Jack City, Sugar Hill, and of course Above the Rim. Yeah, so they're cult classics.
Yeah.
Right? Why we consider it a redemption story? Because it centers around Leon's character.
Yeah.
Thomas Sheppard.
Mr. Shepp.
Right, it may seem like it's more of a
Kyle Watson,
right, played by Duane Martin, but it's a Thomas Sheppard story.
Yeah, for sure. Because you open up with Sheppard's flashback, a bad dream, if you will.
Yeah, he was playing ball with his friend and teammate Nutso, and ego got in the way, and Sheppard tested Nutso on his vertical game.
Yeah.
See how high you can slap the board, or if you can get above the rim.
Yeah, for sure.
But, why is there a basketball hoop on the roof?
He didn't need a running start.
No. If Thomas Sheppard showed that he can just get up, vertically, Nutso could have done the same thing and completely avoided him falling.
Yeah. It would have been better if they, play fought and then he just tripped.
Yeah. And that accident is what haunts Thomas Sheppard. He quit basketball. He had opportunity to go pro and all that, but that guilt kept eating at him and haunted him until this point that the universe is going to help him get through it. Finally end this chapter.
Yeah. Take the weight off his shoulder and put it to rest.
Right. Because he had to visit his mom.
I believe it was her birthday, but then they went to her cemetery.
Yeah. So that's the whole reason that he's, coming back to New York.
Pay respects.
So in this movie, we get Kyle Watson, who has opportunities waiting for him and trying to handle the pressure.
Yeah.
Similar to Thomas Sheppard. Their lives intertwine because Thomas Sheppard is a security guard at Kyle Watson's high school, and
Sheppard alone, right? Because that was his coach.
Yeah.
Kyle's coach is Shep's old coach,
Mike Rollins.
Coach Rollins.
Their lives are intertwining through the game of basketball.
Yes.
He's seen this young talent thrive, but of course he has some ego to him.
Yeah.
Because he has a Georgetown scout watching him every home game to see if he has it. If he can go to the next level of college ball.
And of course, he wants to show the scout everything he got.
With everybody knowing that, including his teammates, his teammates are giving a hard time about it. You don't want to pass the ball, you keep showboating. They call him Baby Jordan, right?
Yeah.
He's trying to show off your game instead of trying to win the game.
Yeah, for real, doesn't get you that far, man.
No, not at all.
Less pass and more show.
Yep.
you know, on his part.
Mm-hmm.
Great ball control, but yet ironically he can't control his temper. He had like a hot head.
Yep. They lose because of Kyle's showboating. It gives him the attention, but not what he expects. Because Tupac's character,
Birdie,
runs this business as a
street entrepreneur.
Yeah, just trying to find all the talent, you know, just so he can put his own super team together for this up-and-coming basketball tournament called the Shootout. So after this game, you know, Kyle Watson runs into Marlon Wayans' character, Boogaloo, and, you know, he's waiting for him because, you know, he got good news that, you know, he's hanging out with Birdie. Birdie wants to see Kyle Watson, and, you know, they have to head over to the club that Birdie hangs out at. So they end up at this club, and then
he gets introduced by Boogaloo to rolling with Birdie's team in this summer league.
Birdie, you know, he's offering the faster life, you know, the faster lane to fame, and that being, you know, rolling with him.
Yeah.
And, you know, Kyle's given that option, but, you know, he already promised that his coach that he will play for him.
Yeah.
But, of course, that's where more temptation comes in, and, you know, Birdie's putting the bait out there.
And it's really tempting, like fork in the road for Kyle. Fast money, not good money, man.
So it's the next morning, and we're seeing his training montage.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle is really about it. Worked hard. He wants to
get in shape, working out, all in his room.
His weights look small, but, you know, it's like he's utilizing what's around him.
Yeah,
you know, it's
sure.
like he may not have the top-notch equipment, but
making the best of it.
Right. And then the mom is mad at Kyle because he got home late, and she's really scolding him and everything. To him, he's making connections. You know, he's making options for himself, but he's blinded by the fast life.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't realize the repercussions of what's going to come with that.
Yeah, especially the crowd he rolls around with. And, like, he forgets those are Birdie's crew.
Right.
You know.
And the mom, she already knows, like, if you keep going out, coming home late, you know, nothing comes good after 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're still my son. And it's like, you're under my roof, you know. He's working hard himself on his basketball game so he can get himself and his mom out.
Yeah.
You know, so his mom doesn't have to work 2 shifts, you know.
Or work late.
Yeah. So they can have more of a mother-son bond.
Yeah. Let alone the mom. It's okay for him to go to, you know, city college, but then he feels like there's no team there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And he wants to play ball.
But she's trying to tell him, like, you know, your life doesn't revolve around basketball. You know, it's like, you don't have to
rely on hoops.
Yeah.
You know?
There's opportunities as far as an education.
Yeah. And that's why it's like when Birdie's offering him that other option, it's like, you know, it's kind of weighing more on that side.
Because it's easier. Right?
Yeah.
Because the money's there already. He doesn't work as hard.
Yeah.
But, of course, fast life don't last. As the story continues, you know, you just have Kyle Watson continuing his pursuit to make it to college ball.
Yeah.
And how Flip, played by
Bernie
Mac, rest in peace, intertwines with Kyle Watson because, you know, Flip got in the way of Kyle Watson's workout before school, playing at Rucker Park with Boogaloo.
Yeah.
But then it led to ego, you know, led to Kyle Watson toying around with Flip, pushing around, you know, just making fun of him. And then, you know, Sheppard sees all of this, and then he stops it. Stops Kyle Watson, keeps him in check, and then Flip realizes who he is. Like, it's Sheppard, you know, my old teammate.
Yeah.
You know, Kyle Watson strikes interest. Like, how do you know him?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So who is Sheppard? You know, I thought he's just a security guard.
Yeah.
But, you know, who is this guy?
Straight mystery man.
Right? As the story continues, you know, the whole shoulda, woulda, couldas thing.
Yeah,
you
one
know,
big ripple effect.
Yeah. And Thomas Sheppard, you know, he gets an offer from his former coach, you know, to take over the coaching duties because he doesn't understand, you know, the players and, you know, Thomas Sheppard being there, it's like, you know, take over.
Yeah, he has a more stronger presence. You know,
he has more like a sensibility of understanding people,
as if he can handle the streets more, street kids, if you will.
Yeah, he just has that perspective. You know.
Yeah.
In order to move forward, you have to go backwards sometimes.
Yeah.
And, you know, this situation being that for Sheppard, and take on this coaching opportunity and to coach Kyle and to make sure that he knows how to handle the pressure.
Yeah.
Because Sheppard himself had the opportunity of going college ball and everything.
For sure.
You know? But just, again, that guilt of his best friend, Nutso, just dying in front of his eyes just really shook him.
His old coach Rawlings was like, you owe it to Kyle.
yeah, just that mirror image of same opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, and Coach Rowling knew what happened to Nutso and all that. It's like, you can't be guilty for that. You know? I kind of get it, though. It's like something that really bonded you guys together. Mm-hmm. And then something happens because of that. It's like, you can't touch it no more, you know? Yeah. Or like, you can't go back to that place no more.
Mm. But again, who puts a basketball hoop on the roof?
Yeah.
And I just don't understand that. As the story continues, you know,
we see Shepp at his mom's gravesite with Birdie. Mm-hmm. Come to know it, Birdie is Sheppard's young brother.
Yeah, so that's how we know that these two characters intertwine. There's family tension as far as Sheppard leaving Birdie and his mom behind, and
just the whole neighborhood behind. Yeah,
because he's just trying to run away from his guilt.
Yeah,
and then you know you have Birdie explaining to him how fast he had to grow up because Sheppard left, and
he had to hustle
to take care of his mom, and you know Birdie did whatever he could, but you have Sheppard there just eating more guilt. You know, Birdie just tucking down on him like he's nothing. Yeah. With Birdie being a kingpin.
Birdie offered a job to his brother Shepp.
He was going to taint his soul even more than it was with the guilt with Nutso. So, you know, he had to find a better life, and the universe piecing this chapter back together. We just have to see how it plays out, because
the redemption story.
And
as they rolled around, Boogaloo, Kyle, and Mota, they see Tom Sheppard at the basketball court hooping with no ball.
And, you know, they were making fun of it. But then Kyle Watson, he was fascinated that even though he didn't have a ball, you know, he's showing his finesse, his moves.
Yeah, right. Consider it like shadowboxing.
Yep.
The muscle memory,
Fast forward, it inspires Kyle to play one-on-one.
Yeah.
You know, if you can learn off of him. But of course, you know, Sheppard, he turned it down, and it's like the only reason he was playing by himself because of he just reenacting that night that he had with Nutso. Yeah. But, you know, he doesn't want to explain that to Kyle because, you know, he probably wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
So, you know, he just denied it and just walked on. And then Kyle just, you know, confused. Like, okay. And fast forward, you know, Kyle Watson goes back to Flip and he asks Flip, like, who is Sheppard?
Yeah.
You know, like, who is this dude? And then, you know, here comes Mota and Birdie. Flip is like, oh, if you don't want to know about Sheppard, you know, go ask him. Go ask Birdie. That's his little brother right there.
Yeah, Birdie is the true.
Right. But Birdie, you know, he didn't like how Flip put his business out there.
Yeah.
You know, disrespectfully. And then Mota was about to assault him, but because of Kyle Watson's behalf, he said, no, don't hurt him.
Yeah.
You know, everybody parted ways. But, you know, Kyle Watson, you know, wanted to know, like, is it true? Like, are you his brother?
Yeah.
But then Birdie disowned it. You know, it's like
how he just left the family.
So, you know, he has that grudge against him.
After Kyle finds out that Sheppard is Birdie's brother, that night of the game, his game was really off. Yeah. And then just really blew up on the court with the scout there.
Because Kyle not getting the full information as far as who Sheppard is.
Yeah.
And like, he sees him as a security guard, but he's talking to his mom, dating his mom.
Yeah.
Kyle Watson's a mama's boy, and again, not knowing the full information, he thinks that Sheppard is part of that street life.
Yeah, that he's a bad guy, or a bad team, whatever you want.
Just because Birdie is.
Yeah.
You know, and they're brothers, and, you know, he's jumping to conclusions and not getting the full information. All of that, you know, it ruins his concentration, it ruins his game on the court.
Yeah, mentally,
He gets kicked out of the game because he fights with a ref. Here's the scout, he's seen this, and it's like...
feels like he ruined his chance.
Right? With that one opportunity, he just ruined it himself already. Yeah. He's blowing out his frustration in the locker room with the chair.
And Kyle realized that he did fuck up because he knew the scout was out there.
And the temptations from Birdie, it's not helping him making a clearer decision. He already had that accountability.
Yeah, and the thought of Shepp and his mom dating really messed with his head.
Here comes Sheppard, you know, Kyle, are you okay? And then, you know, Kyle throws the chair again. And, but it's like, again, with Kyle being a mama's boy, he doesn't want Sheppard to be seeing his mom.
Yeah, he was just protecting his mom.
Yeah, and from whatever he thinks that Sheppard is part of.
Yeah,
but
from what?
Here's the mom, like, who do you think you are, huh? Right? Because he cursed and shit in front of his mom, and it's like, that's what you get.
Yeah, right? Protecting you from him.
Right, and then it's like, here's this shame on Sheppard's face. It's like,
said, told you.
But he was a runner.
Yeah.
You know, he ran from his responsibility, his accountability, his candor. It's like, instead of just being straight up with what's going on in his mind with his future girlfriend or whatever it may be with his relationship, it's like they can help him.
Yeah.
But he just ran away, you know? Like, he didn't want to deal with it. He just ran.
Yeah. It was just too much to bear.
Mm-hmm. And that same night, it didn't go well for Flip.
Yeah.
Because Birdie came back with Mota, and, you know, they killed him before Kyle can get any more information on who Tom Sheppard is.
Yeah. Yep.
Fast forward, before that one-on-one match, you know, he had that team meeting with Birdie.
Yeah.
You know, that outburst at that game. He told his coach he quit. You know, he wasn't going to play for him. You know, he was going to go play with Birdie. And then, you know, at that team meeting with Birdie, they were making fun of Boogaloo. And it's like Kyle seeing that and then talking to Boogaloo about that, and then Boogaloo telling him about Flip.
Yeah.
And it's like, if Boogaloo were to stand up to him, it's like you end up like Flip. That's why Boogaloo didn't do that. He just ran away, and so did Kyle.
When he went to go look for Flip, there was Shepp on the court.
Yep, Sheppard finally challenged him in one-on-one, took Kyle up on his offer.
For some hard-ass bonks.
Hey, I don't know what that is.
Isn't it like that one thing where they throw the ball at your ass? What do they call that?
I guess, but if that was a thing, I never really experienced it myself.
Yeah.
But comment below if you guys have, like you did for Flip. You know, the same offer.
Gave Kyle 3 tries. Couldn't get past them.
Nope. He had to take off his coat. He had to take off his hat, really get comfortable.
And he said, Georgetown? I don't think so.
Right, and it's like, it really shows the Mamba mentality, you know. Shout out Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. You know, it's like Leon really had that mentality in him. Like, he knew how to guard. He knew Kyle's move, every move. And Sheppard won. He slam dunked, and it's like, he didn't want to finish as far as giving the bunks, but then it's like, Kyle Watson, it's like, I owe you, you know. It's like, you beat me, and I owe you. And then here comes the line.
He says he owes me.
Right? I didn't really understand that until it dawned on me, like, he got that redemption. He finally knew his purpose. You know, it's like, it stared him right in the face, that mirror image again, the opportunity. Like, Kyle has it. It's in his hands. He just can't let go. He can't let it slip out.
And then here comes the hoop day.
We're here at the annual shootout, and
at Rucka,
right? The famous Rucka Park.
Yes.
You know, everyone's getting warmed up, everyone's getting ready, but they know Kyle's turning the other way. He returned all the money, he returned all the gear back to Birdie, and he says he's not going to run with him.
Gonna go run with his coach Rollins.
Right, but you know, Birdie says the game's not over. You're still playing for me. You know, at the same time he kicks out Boogaloo, and then Boogaloo gets mad, like, why are you kicking me out? I didn't, you know.
He really felt for Boogaloo, like, oh man, that's fucked up.
For real. So then here's Kyle, you know, playing with his coach again. They're making their way through the tournament. Oh, it's kind of random too, but it's like during the tournament, his coach gives him the Georgetown letter that he got accepted. But it's like Kyle assumed right away that he got in.
Like it could have been like no.
Yeah, it could have been a projection, but you know, he assumed right away. So Kyle's team, you know, they're making strides, and then, you know, they're about to play Birdie's team, and then here's Birdie congratulating him, but he's reminding him that you're still playing for me.
Saying, what's Georgetown gonna say when they hear that you took money from me?
Yeah, I mean, that's just one of those extortion things that Birdie has on him. If he doesn't comply as far as losing the game, allowing Birdie's team to win, you know, he's gonna, you know, snitch on them. He's gonna tell Georgetown, you know. Of course, you have Kyle agreeing. You know, he's seeing, you know, missing shots on purpose. You know, he's causing turnovers. He's not playing his best no more. He's just
throwing away the game. While all this is going, Sheppard leaving the city, right? And then as he drives off in the cab, he stops by the basketball court, and he sees 2 friends playing.
Instead of playing ball, they're playing the vertical.
Slapping boards.
Right? Who can slap the highest, right? And then gave Sheppard that full circle moment, like
360,
what he has to do. Right? So he ends up at Rucka Park for this tournament, and he tells Coach Rollins, like, put me in, coach, because during this game, you know, people were getting hurt. You know, Birdie's players, especially Mota,
playing dirty,
and, you know, injuring players left and right.
Even Kyle.
And there are like no other players left, and then of course, then here comes Sheppard, because he was on the list. You know, Coach Rollins said, "I'll put you on the list on the shootout. You know, just if you want to show up or not." But
a pal, secret weapon and shit.
Right, and luckily enough, he did show up right on time. To the point where, it scared Birdie.
Yeah,
You
put my big brother in the game and now he's on the team.
Right, trying to persuade the coordinators to oversee this. He hasn't been playing. He's not in uniform.
Yeah, almost like Bruce Lee, where's your uniform? I don't need one.
Right.
Now he does.
Right, just give me that jersey. Like, it's cool. I can play in my corduroy pants.
Fuck yeah.
So it's all good. All you gotta do is just tighten up his sneaks.
Yeah.
Old school, baby.
Yeah. Now they're running the court.
I mean, Mota, he was trying to knock him out of the game too.
Yeah.
He was hitting him. Kyle was like, "Man, what are you doing this for? It's only a game." Not to me.
Come on.
It's more than a game to him. It's life.
And now Shepp was doing it to them.
Right.
To Mota, giving him knees to nuts.
Right.
And Shepp, he was on fire, man. He was hitting every shot, making every assist, coming back, tying the game.
Birdie was scared. He was like getting frustrated, throwing chairs, kicking chairs. Birdie's complaining, and then what the referee said, "You gotta be kidding."
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The referee wasn't going for it. Like, I was letting your team doing it the whole game.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
like, now you want to start complaining? Hell no.
Yeah.
Now it's fair play now. It's street ball at this point.
It's all fair now.
No calls, no nothing, just keep on playing.
Yep.
And, to the point, momentum, it's shifting towards Kyle Watson's team, and, Sheppard is just, doing this whole takeover,
For sure. Yeah, man. Nutso was with him. He was the sixth man.
All right. It was down to the wire and to the final possession. It's tied up, and Mota had the possession, but then Sheppard steals it.
Yep.
He's going down the fast break, and then he lobs it to Kyle Watson, for the alley-oop.
Hell yeah.
He slams it down on Mota, just really solidifying the game, and boom, shakalaka.
That was a good one, man.
Putting a stamp on redemption.
Yeah, like that final closure for him and Nutso, right? And then it just created that Shepp came at the same time. Kyle was trying to, come up in hoops. It just works.
Right? Everybody high-fiving him, praising him, But, of course, Birdie wasn't going to let that happen.
He was going to have Kyle assassinated by Mota.
Yeah.
To make sure he didn't go to Georgetown.
Right. Sheppard sees that, through the wave of people, he sees what Mota's about to do. And, he's trying to hurry there, trying to push himself through the crowd.
Yeah.
Get to Kyle in time. Which he does. He takes the bullet for Kyle. Luckily enough, there were police on site, and, they took down Mota. But Sheppard lays on the court, looked like he was going to survive, and, it ends where Kyle Watson does end up at Georgetown. We're seeing, like a live game being played out. Sheppard, his mom, and Coach Rollins are watching the game at a bar, like maybe a sports bar or something, right? And you just see Kyle just hitting the game-winning shot, and everybody praising that moment.
Yeah, it was nice to roll around the screen, pop the three.
Nice drawn-up play.
That slow-mo, you see the scout.
And you get to see the famous Coach Silas. Man, he got to coach Allen Iverson. That's pretty cool.
AI.
And it was a cool moment for Kyle, and just to hit the game winner. And as he was being interviewed, the interviewer was asking him, what were you thinking in that moment? He was just quoting Thomas Sheppard.
Sure enough,
what he taught him. All I was thinking at that moment was spreading my fingers and popping my wrist.
Yeah.
And you see Sheppard smiling at that,
in his head. Told you.
Because he knows he's the OG. You pay respects to the legends that led the way.
Yeah, for sure.
Full circle moment to have that chapter close on the guilt and having Sheppard's redemption, and Kyle having success in college in Georgetown,
being okay with his mom dating Sheppard.
That was a cool moment. It's like the universe doing its thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Making the wrong things right. And that's why we definitely feel like this wasn't just a Kyle Watson story. It was mainly for
Thomas Sheppard.
Tommy Sheppard
redemption story.
Yes. We were given enough to feel for him, and that that he had to stop running and to kind of really come face to face with his troubles.
Yeah. I like how we saw those other two kids playing the court. It's just they didn't show the flashback. You already know what he's thinking. That powerful moment, that moment with Nutso, as if that was a sign from the universe. And Nutso, before he was about to leave the city, he saw that. It kind of.
It's like we should have played on the floor.
We should have played on the floor, damn it.
We should play on the real court, not on the roof.
Right? Now go help Kyle, damn it.
All in all, this movie was well written. I feel like there was no character flaw.
Yeah.
There was good development as far as the why for these characters, and you know, for their reason of being.
And it just makes it as if like Shepp's mom and Nutso let him come back and brought them together. Felt like, oh, you gotta help this kid out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
You really feel for Tom Sheppard. You know, you really feel for these characters.
Yeah. Just that flashback was enough.
Yeah,
like you can just feel it off that. You know?
And just how this world is going to intertwine.
Yeah, for sure. That would have been cool though. Like he won, but he didn't get it.
Right.
Like, oh.
Sheppard's going to help him work on his game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. But hey, that's a good what if story.
Yeah.
But
Part 2, Above the Rim.
For a 1994 film, we're going to rate this movie 4 out of 5. Being a basketball fan myself, being a former basketball player, and just knowing the game and being in love with the game and what it's all about. Well written, you know, the good character development. If only they didn't play on the roof, probably the movie would have been better. If they elaborated on the Georgetown letter just a little bit more at the tournament, I think it would have helped sell that moment. I think this movie was well paced. Tupac Shakur's his acting, man, it was fucking powerful. Any character he plays, you're gonna get a great performance.
Yeah, for sure.
And Tupac having a theater background, I honestly don't see anybody else in that role.
Oh, yeah.
Like, not even Wesley Snipes, because coming off of New Jack City.
Yeah.
Like,
he probably looked too much like Nino Brown.
Yeah,
like the same look from the movies.
Mm-hmm. If you want a good Tupac movie, this movie is definitely up there with Juice.
Yeah, had a total Shakespeare to that.
Oh yeah, dude. All this drama, like the betrayal, redemption, Shakespeare formula.
Just Shepp and Birdie talking to each other. Just them two talking to each other felt like really powerful.
Yeah.
Was it Pollock who said that they almost got Denzel to play Sheppard?
Denzel and Tupac in one scene together?
Whoa.
Man, powerful stuff.
That's Oscars right there.
Oh, man.
Give them 3 each.
Sheesh. Powerful performance, man. Seriously. So yeah, put aside my love for basketball and the game. 4 out of 5 for this movie for me. I loved it.
Nice. As for me, I give it a 5. Like watching it 5 times. I'm a fan of basketball, never really played it, but then seeing it, like we said, from Tom Sheppard's story of redemption. Just how the universe works, how everything just intertwined at the right time. It was a good story. Like, yeah, he ran away from his problems, his guilt. But like you said, we have to be in his shoes to really feel that. You know what I mean? So, great redemption story, good soundtrack, great performers, great actors.
Soundtrack was dope.
Yep, soundtrack was dope. All the supporting cast was great. We saw enough of Birdie, not too much, not too little. The mom, strong figure, she was great.
Oh yeah, shout out Tanya Pickens.
Yeah,
and yeah, her character, man. Like for a single mom, even though she's even though she was working 2 jobs, like she still held it down. Like she's doing right by him.
Yeah.
And just setting the best examples, but he can't enjoy the moments that he has.
Yeah, and then Kyle's mom working 2 jobs, 2 shifts. It's like Kyle can go out running with the guys late at night and probably get into trouble. And like I said, good thing Shepp was around. Had he not been around, he would have made bad decisions.
Definitely. That's
worse decisions.
Yeah. Yep.
Rolling with Mota and Boogaloo, whatever have you. So it's a good redemption story. Everything played out, Shepp came out a winner. He owed his life.
Definitely.
He owed his life to Kyle and Nutso. So he took the bullet.
That was the redemption.
Yeah. Above the rim.
Above the rim, y'all. If you guys haven't seen this movie and you guys are in love with basketball and you're in love with the game, or you're just new to basketball and you have your favorite basketball player and you don't know about this movie, hey, watch it for yourself, gain your own experience, gain your own perspective. Maybe it will shed some inspiration on your choices as far as, trying to make it to the highest level of basketball or in the game of life. Basketball or any sport, it has strong analogies to life.
Yeah, watch it with your family. Watch it with your kids.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're into basketball or whatever, summer league.
Or Tupac.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Saturday pickup games.
Yeah, hey, ball is life, y'all.
Yeah.
Just because NBA season is over or whenever you're watching this video, but basketball is all year round, y'all. If you're a real baller, ballers know.
Yeah.
Ball is life.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter what season. You know, basketball is always there, or whatever sport that you're in.
Yeah.
You're always going to be training. You're always going to be finding some place to play.
Yeah. Watching documentaries, just watching your favorite player.
You know, just working on your weaknesses.
Yeah.
You know, it's all part of it.
Honing your craft.
So yeah, y'all, whatever bin you guys find it in, you know, definitely watch this movie. If you don't like clutter in your home, stream it however you get your streaming goods. Really gain that perspective for yourself, and
It's worth a watch, y'all. More than once.
yeah.
More than once. I've watched it a few times, and probably gonna watch it again later today as I make dinner.
Right? It's like, because that soundtrack alone.
Hell yeah.
But, you know, it kind of predates the whole East Coast, West Coast thing, too, because, you know, for a New York setting, it played a lot of West Coast music.
Yes,
You know, West
for
Coast
sure.
West Coast artists, if you will. You know, you had Snoop Dogg,
Warren G.
and Nate Dogg.
You had SWV, or I'm not sure where they're from, but they were there.
But, yeah, I mean, they're all on that album, especially Tupac and Death Row Records. Like,
Yeah. And Pac has not been signed to Death Row yet.
No, just predates that whole East Coast, West Coast beef,
Yeah,
y'all.
for
So,
sure.
you know, this movie really has an etching in time as far as where hip-hop was in that time of the 90s.
Fashion.
Yeah, which is coming back
Yeah.
today.
I think the only thing there as far as fashion were the women's earrings.
Oh, like the hoop
Called
earring,
door knockers.
door knockers, hoop earrings.
Hoop earrings,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
big ones, but then now it's like coming back. So,
Yeah.
and like again, it's timeless.
Timeless. So don't don't clear out your closet just yet. And save yourself money.
Yeah, man.
Go thrifting if you have to.
So,
And if anything, find this movie at the thrift shop.
yeah, hey, you never know. Goodwill, flea market,
Yeah.
garage sale.
Hey, if you got an amoeba or Rasputin in your town, by all means, go for it.
Yeah, go
And
get it.
watch this movie, y'all. Above the Rim.
Above the rim.
And if you reach this point of the video, we highly appreciate you, because you already know time is expensive, and we just highly appreciate you spend your time with us.
Yes, thank you.
And, you know, if you're here for the first time, we would just like to ask you to like, subscribe, and to spread the rumor of what the brothers Nino and Oliver are doing. But, you know, just definitely do that for us. And, you know, stay tuned for the future episodes.
Yes, sir.
Or if you want, backtrack the catalog.
Backtrack. A lot of music, a lot of episodes.
Right.
Check it out.
Because then now we like to end this episode with a motivational quote for y'all. And if you heard this before, by all means, just let it be a self-reflection of where we are today.
In the present.
And this one's by Alexander Solzhenitsyn. And it states, "Talent is always conscious of its own abundance and does not object to sharing." End quote.
Nice.
Alright, definitely goes with this movie. Because
Yeah.
you know why? You have to share the ball. You have to pass it to have a team win.
Yeah.
And the talent being aware of its own abundance. You know, Tom Sheppard, he shed some knowledge to Kyle.
Yeah.
Spread your fingers and pop your wrist. It'll add more rotation on the ball. And then look, Kyle was able to hit that game winner.
Yeah.
It's small tidbits of talent and wisdom like that can go long ways, you know, for anybody.
Yeah.
I think you just gotta have balance.
Yeah.
You know, that's the analogy of the whole spreading your fingers evenly and just having enough power to push yourself forward.
And the focus.
Yeah, right. Where you want to go, what goals you're aiming for.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
although you may not get it on the first attempt, but that's why you always get new possessions every time, and you get to try again.
Yeah, do-overs.
Right. As long as there's enough time on the clock.
Yeah.
Right.
Time violation. Clock violation.
And consciousness
Yeah.
of having talent and spreading that abundance to those who are willing to take that knowledge and have them mix it in their game or in their life.
Like
you
they
know?
say, each one teach one, right?
Yep. Again, y'all, like, it's based on your perspective. You know, we're not going to pretend like we know you guys, but, you know, whatever guilts or whatever you're going through, you know, do what's best for you to get through them. You know, only the universe and yourself knows the better outcomes, and, you know, just got to listen to your intuitions, listen to your heart. It can lead you to the path that you're meant to be on.
Yeah, the universe will show you.
Right? Because the universe knows.
Yeah, for sure. It'll put the people that are meant for you in your journey, you know what I mean? To help you, teach you, however you want to see it, you know?
Because it's that time where we're going to say, stay creative, keep creating.
Stay independent, have your own voice.
do your best as a human being to stay motivated and to keep on going.
Stay positive. Kill the negativity, y'all.
Even though you don't play basketball or any other sport, just do your best to be great and just do great things.
Yeah, spread the love, spread your fingers.
Till next time.
Till next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Yo, he's playing ball without a ball.